Hello techies. Welcome to our brand new video series focused on helping you get the most of your experiences in life. Before we start the video, let's know about Upptalk. Upptalk is a live, interactive platform for software training, furnishing robust personalities who could take on universal business platforms.
Right, so we have created our first calculated field. It is CFWWW, meaning we are going to use that W prefix for everything. So format text is the function, and what is it going to do? First name in uppercase, right? So now we will test it out. We will see whether this calculated field is properly or not. Isn't it? So how do we do that? How can we see whether this is working correctly or not? Maybe create a report. Right. Maybe create a report for that. So create custom report. Okay, so we will create a report called Scholalates Employatales Report. Or employee details. That's it. And the report type will choose in it font and the data source. What was the data source I asked you to use for your app in hospitals? Workers for its same reporting. Workers for extreme reporting. That is a very versatile and very powerful data source. It is built on the worker business object. Alright. So now we will add a few fields to the custom report. So first one, let's add the worker. I like it because we get the ability to pick the related actions from there. So I take the worker in do. I want to have the first name. Right. The work that delivered fields. I want to have the first name. This is the work that delivered field. And now I want to compare that with the calculated field that I have created. So CFWW. Right. This is the calculated field that we have created. Isn't it? And should I use a column heading override? Otherwise, what will happen? The entire name of the full name of this calculated field will show up in my report output. I don't want that. So let's say first name in apicase. That's it. I'm not putting it any filter or something. I will just run this report and see what happens. Or maybe let's be tested. What is the difference between run test? The test will show the first 10 results. Only 10 results, right? 10 rows of 10 rows of results. So in this case, is it a good idea to use? Might be right, because I might not used any filter I'm not using it from. So it will give me a lot of worker information. I don't want that. I just want to see if my calculation is working correctly or not. Let me try the test. Okay. Do you think it's working? What do you think? Look at the report I'm telling me. Yes. First name in apicase. First name in apicase. I'm giving you the data properly. Yes. Great. So we have done our first calculation. It's working correctly. Now let's say you have this oops moment. Oops, I don't want to convert that to apicase. We should have used lowercase instead. Right. So then, if you have this kind of realization, look, maybe the calculation is not working as you expect, then what would you do? Can you change the calculation? To a certain extent, right. You can change the calculation to a certain extent. Can you now use a different function? Instead of format text, can you use a different function now? The answer is no. You cannot change the function. You cannot make format text and change it to concatenate text. That is not allowed. What is allowed is, you can change some parameters of this calculated field. You can go to calculated field. You can edit it. Right, you can edit it. If, the moment you edit it, you see you are able to change the name. So instead of apicase, we can use lowercase. Right, that is fine. You can change the description. So in capital letters instead of capital letters, you can say it's more letters. And the calculation. You can change from uppercase. You can change it to lowercase. You can also change the source field. Maybe first name is not what you are looking for, right? So you can change that. But can you change the function that is format text? Can you change it to something else? No, not the question. The answer is no. So be careful. When you are editing a calculated field, there will be certain things you will be able to change, but not the calculation. Okay. So now I have changed it. So now do I have to change the report? I just changed the calculated field. Let's look at the report. You see, it is automatically changed. First name in lowercase. I just changed the name of the field. I changed the underlying calculation. But here it is automatically changed because I changed the same field. I did not create a new field. I was working on that same exact field. So I changed the parameters. I changed the name. That's why it is automatically updated in the report. Let's run this, or should we test it? Let's test this report one more time. So I go to the related actions, custom report test. Don't they need to change for column heading over right? Aw, yeah. Good point. Yes, we should. Otherwise it is inconsistent now. Right. It still starts first time in uppercase, but we are having the data in a different way. But at least the calculation field is working now. Right. We are able to get the first name in lowercase. Do we all agree to that? But now the calculation is updated. Correct. Right. So let's change it. Let's change the report a little bit. Let's change it. Custom report edit. The column heading over right. It's to be updated. Okay. So it will be in low case. Now, that is perfect. Alright. Now we change the calculated field so easily. Right. So that makes me a bit scared. What is? I write a nice fancy calculated field, and somebody else changes it. How do I know that it has changed? Sorry, restricted with what? I think it can restrict my owner all the way. Owner. Now calculate fees are not restricted by owner. Otherwise, how will other people fight my calculated fees? They're not restricted by owner. But what we can do, and what we had to do on one particular location, was you can see the audit trail. Okay.
Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us at sales@uptalk.com.